Hey y'all, this is Bree. This is the contributions of Georgia's agritourism. So the beginnings of agritourism predominantly emerged in the 1800s as city-dwelling families began visiting their rural farming family members. They liked the idea of getting away from the hustle and bustle of the city. And they also found enjoyment in just living out day-to-day farm life, but of course they wanted to return back to the city. So the common bed and breakfast concept emerged into lodging facilities where city dwellers can pay to go and stay overnight, vacation in farmhouses with farming families, and get to experience the farming lifestyle. So shifting to modern agritourism, while there are bed and breakfasts, a lot of them are not farming oriented anymore. So a lot of today's agritourism revolves around farmers markets and farm stands that are located on the farm. So that's the difference between a farmer's market and a farm stand. So the farmer's market is typically where the producer packs up their product, takes it to the city and sells it. They get to exchange with consumers. They get to exchange conversation, education, verbally. Whereas farm stands, you could go visit the farm and purchase the product there. So not only do you get the verbal education and interaction, but you also get to visually witness where your food that you're purchasing is coming from. There are also facility tours, predominantly with the dairy industry and creameries. You get to see that process of cows being milked, and that process of milk pasteurization, homogenization, and processing into cheese, fluid milk, ice cream, butter, you name it. And a very popular one, especially here in Northwest Georgia, I'm not sure about the rest of the state, but you pick harvest. We love our pumpkin patches, we love our tulip and sunflower picking, and our strawberry picking. So that is a very popular demand at the moment. So agritourism in Georgia, it does attract many consumers. Most of those are from urbanized areas, specifically Metro Atlanta. This area seems to have a lot of low income and communities, minority populations, etc. So they don't really get that agricultural influence, especially being in an urbanized area, but they just don't have much knowledge of where their food comes from, common agricultural practices. There's a lot of misconceptions out there nowadays about agriculture. So the agritourism, it provides not only education, but a good economic flow within the agricultural sector of Georgia. And its predominant goal is to influence nutrition and to increase the appreciation of day-to-day influences of agriculture in our lives, such as the clothes that we wear, that comes from fabric, cotton, etc., the food that we eat, and local impacts of agritourism. They can facilitate wonderful discussions about community and school nutritional programs. The one big thing here in Northwest Georgia, some of the schools, like elementary schools, for example, they have the opportunity to produce school gardens, where they produce vegetables and fruits, etc. And in my experience, local farmers come in and they, give seminars and talk to the kids about growing their own food. So that's really neat. And then food hubs, which was a new concept to me. It's basically organizations that aggregate, market, and distribute food products from local or regionally located farms to local communities to be utilized. So the economic impact of agritourism, they're mainly family-owned farms that employ outside workers. Those could be mechanics, harvesters, planters, animal health personnel, management staff, bookkeeping, etc. There's also direct marketing, where the producer is selling directly to the consumer, such as on the farm stands we talked about earlier, or through contractual marketing, which would be producers having a contract with grocery stores to sell their product, or producers with restaurants. And recommendations that I found while doing my own research. There's a lot of information out there on the topic of agritourism, but I did find that while there is talk about community gardens and how they're successful, there's not much to show that they are successful or how they're successful. So I would like to see more research being done about the implementation of community gardens, specifically within low-income and senior citizen housing developments. Those can be beneficial socially for that small area that have a lot of, individuals living there, but also just educationally and nutritionally. They're getting to learn about their food. They're appreciating the labor that goes into mass producing produce, animal products, etc. And they're also getting to eat this good, nutritious food that they are cultivating. And that is the end of my discussion. Thank you.